Good afternoon and welcome to Nosy Roads and Helens. My name's Ron Hoof. I'll be with you for the 80 minutes of this afternoon's action, and I'm sure there will be a lot of action. The teams for this afternoon's top six clash, Saints in 6th position, Castelford in 4th position, but obviously not mentioned by the media as one of the top clashes of the weekend. They're all raving about Wigan and Widnes and Twickenham and God knows who. But we're here this afternoon, the Saints side for this afternoon. Stephen Prescott at full-back. Mike Riley, Alan Hunt, Paul Loughlin and Anthony Sullivan form the three-quarter line. Tommy Martin and John Griffiths are the half-back pairing, with John Neal, Tommy Hodgkinson, Andy Dannett in the front row, Ian Pickervan, Sonny Nicol and Shane Cooper the back three, Chris Joynt on international duty with the World Sevens, and the substitutes for the Saints this afternoon are Phil Vevers at 14 and Bernard Dwyer at 15. The Castleford team, the High Flyers, the 1994 Regal Trophy winners, beating the old Pie Eaters out of sight by 33 points to 2. And what a convincing display that was. They have a few out this afternoon, well, a couple out with Stedman and St John Ellis out in the World Sevens. But their team for this afternoon, full-back is Jason Flowers. Their three-quarters are John Ray, Richie Blackmore, Grant Anderson and Simon Middleton. The half-back pairing is Tony Kemp and Mike Ford. And in the forwards we've got Lee Crooks, Richard Russell and Martin Kettridge in the front row, Tony Morrison, Ian Smales and Tawera Nicow in the back three, with Andy Hay and Keith England on the bench. So obviously we're looking forward to an exciting clash this afternoon, more or less, as you can say, top of the table clash, and plenty of support from Castleford. Obviously they're on a roll. The Saints are just coming back into it a bit, injured players coming back, so let's hope for a good display this afternoon. Here come the Saints now, being led out this afternoon by mascot Sarah Spencer. Sarah is 8 years of age. Isn't she chuffed to be out there just interpassing with Shane Cooper, doing a good job as well. And young Sarah goes to Thatcherweath Community School. Her hobbies are dancing, watching the Saints and going to Alphas. I just couldn't drop on her before to find out what this Alphas is, but she's out there with her favourites. Her favourite player is Paul Loughlin. I think she'll have had a photograph taken before with Paul, so big day for young Sarah. Sarah Spencer, 8 years of age. Saints looking obviously to get back into winning ways. Shaky last week at Leeds Road, Huddersfield. 12 points to 0 down, and then they showed character and came back. 12-6 at half-time, and then they came away with the tie at 23 points to 16. A long-distance away trip in the next round of the Cup to Whitehaven, as all the regular Saints Beckies will know, next Sunday. Anyway, Castleford, they had a good win last weekend in the Challenge Cup. Demolished a bit of an informed Salford side by 36 points to 4. So anything can happen, and it's just on the day. Eric Hughes will have rallied his troops, and they know the job in hand. Players drifting back into action. It'll not be long before we get George Mann back. Tira Patti, two kingpins in the Saints side, along with other injured players. David Lyon, Gus O'Donnell that's just temporarily out of favour, John Harrison, Les Quirk, Adam Fogarty and big Kevin Ward, who's played obviously for both of these sides. The formalities at the centre spot, and here's young Sarah Spencer just hurrying over to in front of our commentary position, obviously looking for mum and dad, I think. So there's young Sarah, and she'll be over and ready for this afternoon's match. The match day referee is Stuart Cummings. He's centre fielder from just down the road at Widnes. So we're looking forward to a good game. Saints need to get back in winning ways. Since the turn of the year, a couple of drubbings by Salford and Lee, but that's all history. We've got to get on with the job. The ball knocked back by Andy Dannett. And now Dannett drives it in. Big pack, this Castleford outfit. A lot of talent throughout both sides. Tommy Hodgkinson there, acting half-back, had an excellent game last week against Huddersfield. In the end, it was a good team performance. Castleford move up quickly, and Tony Sullivan breaks through. We see this move quite often where the wingman comes in, and that's where it can pay dividends, if they can just break through the cover defence. Ian Pickavance now playing up the left centre position. Excellent performance in the last few weeks by Pickavance, and he's been all over the team, hasn't he? Last tackle of the sequence, Prescott pops it up. Flowers just lets it go. Did he get a touch of the ball? He didn't. Referee Cummins points to the centre spot on the 20-metre line, and Castleford will restart. Here's the wingman John Ray for Castleford. Similar move that the Saints have just done earlier on. But Castleford move it out quickly to their left wing, and now it's Simon Middleton. He comes back in field. That's acting halfback Richard Russell. Castleford moving it right. Tackling is going to be of the most importance. And Shane Cooper there. And didn't we do well with Shane Cooper last week? He was all there and about, and we have missed him in the last few weeks. He's the playmaker. But Castleford still in possession. Solid tackling. Kettridge. Russell again, the last one of the sequence. Tony Kemp has it, puts a tester up. Steve Prescott, right underneath it, takes it comfortably. Tries to round his man, has to take the tackle of Nick Howe moving in, but the ball's loose. And Castleford have been penalised, I think, for reaping the ball out at the tackle. Prescott was there, he was down, and the ball squaws out. But referee Cummins was right on the job. First penalty of the game. 2 minutes and 25 seconds gone. A restart now, John Griffiths. Mike Riley comes in field. Saints still in possession. Tommy Hodgkinson quick from the play of the ball, and John Neal. And there's another player in the Saints ranks that doesn't half get through some graft. Alan Hunt, quickly monitored by the Castleford side. 3 tacklers, Crooks leading the way, along with Russell. Saints move it along the line. Ian Pickavance out to Laughlin. Laughlin breaks the cover defence. He drives again, he goes centre field. Oh, just tackled there. Richie Blackmore did the tackling, and number 11, Tony Morrison, came over the top. Morrison, a local lad, from Tellings lad, signed from neighbouring Swinton. Probably played together with Ian Pickavance in the Swinton team. Well, Castleford pegged in the 20-metre line, and Saints will want to contain them there. They've got some speedy backs, and there'll have to be no holes in the defence. Tawera Nickau. 10 metres. Well, Tawera Nickau plays it to himself. It looks as though Saints were marking him there, but it's out to Mike Ford. Good drive in there by Castleford, but Hodgkinson, one of the tacklers, along with Alan Hunt, saw the danger, came in quickly, and now the ball's moved over to the Saints right wing, the Castleford left. Kemp in possession, Hodgkinson, Janet's there as well, and John Neal, they complete the tackling, the last one of the sequence. 4 minutes gone, no score on the board. It's chipped through, it's charged down, and Saints have possession. John Griffiths. I think it was John Griffiths that charged it down, but he regathered the ball. Along the line, Cooper. Martin, onto this left, inside to Laughlin. Oh, he couldn't take it. Nick Howe snaps it up. Oh, good tackle there by Pickavance. Super tackle, man and ball, and Nick Howe cabbages a yard. Blackmore breaks through, he's looking for support. I thought he'd given it to John Ray, but he hadn't. Short ball from Ford to Crooks, look to hit forward, but Morrison has it. It's now with Kettridge inside. Oh, Castleford putting some good ball handling display together there as they move downfield, 30-40 metres. Saints forced to defend. Crooks onto Nick Howe. Oh, excellent tackle there by Tommy Martin. Stopped Nick Howe, spreading the ball out when Castleford could have had an overlap on the right. Forward, inside ball, loose play. Flowers tidies up. Hodgkinson wraps him up. You know, it's John Griffiths, I beg your pardon. As I've said before, these two do look similar. Now that's Tommy Hodgkinson in possession. Lee Crooks comes in as the extra man after Ford had completed the tackle. Cooper now, up to Sonny Nicol. Saints moving right. Nicol gives the dummy, has to take the tackle. Both of these sides just weighing each other up. 6 minutes gone on the watch, no score at present. John Neal, he is taken down in possession. 10 metres outside the Saints 20-metre area. Cooper spreading the ball. Griffiths, oh, it's gone through the pairs of hands. Saints tidy it up. The ball had gone back. Saints lucky there, but Griffiths breaks blindside. Nicow and Blackmore, they wrap him up. John Ray urged back on side as Mike Ford breaks quickly. But Ian Pickermans kicks the ball upfield. Flowers has to turn and Flowers will have to play it. Saints move up quickly. Alan Hunt and Sonny Nicol dispatch Flowers to the earth. Simon Middleton steps up at acting halfback. Speedy wingman Middleton is a leading try scorer for Castleford. St John Ellis away in Australia along with Graham Steadman. 2 internationals. Russell from dummy half. Ex-Wigan player Russell plying his trade there at Castleford. Now with Lee Crooks, oh, gets the ball away. Oh, good handling there. Nicow and Ford out to Morrison, onto the far side to Middleton. Riley comes in, oh, good tackle by Riley, brings his man down. Saints nearly caught cold again. Well, a high kick that goes back. Oh, well taken by Riley. And he gets out to Nicow's tackle and gains further yardage. Saints now with some good support all round the ground. Spread it out to this left wing. Stephen Prescott drives through. Prescott's away. It's up to Sullivan. Oh, he just loses his footing. Oh, Smales over the top. Oh, an outrageous head-high tackle by Smales. But the judge and the referee let it go. And it's Dannett now, charging up centre field. What an exciting game as Hodgkinson takes the ball up, drives the dummy. Oh, throws a bad ball out there. And that looked to him forward to Morrison from Nicow as Morrison breaks. Oh, but Prescott homes in on him. And takes the man round the leg, brings him down. Super tackle and a knock on. Yes, a knock on. The referee hadn't seen it, but the judge on the far side did. Referee Cummins looked for some divine guidance there and he got it from the judge on the main stand side here at Knowsley Road. Well, 8.5 minutes gone and certainly an exciting game. You don't take your eyes off it. Saints come up with I think that's the first scrum of the match. As Alan Hunt comes off his right centre three-quarter position, moves over to the left. But Saints again going through the motions and Pickermans driving it forward. Both sides showing what they can do, but the defences have been pretty tight. John Neal comes blindside. Hodgkinson feeds him. Neal plays it. Saints moving right now. Sonny Nicol driving hard. Oh, Nicol there looked a little high. I think it was Grant Anderson there in at the tackle. It was Grant Anderson just being spoken to by referee Cummins. But it looked a little shade high, to say the least, on Sonny Nicol. Loughlin finds touch. It puts Saints in a good attacking position. Just outside the 20-metre area. John Neal leading the charge. Saints now, the buzzing, the 20 metres, well, the 10 metres. Oh, Janet loses it. Is it all on? It is. Castleford play it. Kemp has possession. Well, high tackle indicated there. John Griffith's going to be spoken to. Keep the tackles down, he says. Ketteridge with Castleford's penalty. 10 metres from the halfway line, Castleford restart. John Ray comes in field. Hodgkinson and Dannett quickly in. Tawera Nicow on the diagonal. Oh, well taken there by Pickavance. Stops him, man and ball, takes him back 5 metres. Crooks again. Crooks throws it away. Saints, can they capitalise on it? Well, the ball's still loose. Well, a forward pass. Yes, a forward pass indicated there. Super tackling by the Saints. Moved in exceptionally quickly. Took Castelford off the game. They couldn't handle the ball. It went forward. Saints just couldn't capitalise on the loose ball. But they've got head and feed at the scrum. And they bring it over left. Oh, Loughlin going in on the opposite diagonal from Martin. Super move up centre field, but good tackling there. The Cast defence holding firm. Cooper up the centre. Cooper glides through, looking for runners. Well, Nicow still hold of Cooper as he tries to get up and play the ball. Tommy Hodgkinson scampers away quickly up to the 20-metre line. Kemp brings him down. Hodgkinson wants a quick play the ball. Saints move it right. Griffiths, short ball to Nicol. Hunt was there, looming on Nicol's right. Nicol had to take the tattle. Griffiths sees the gap. Griffiths goes for it. Support there by Nicol. Nicol still driving, shrugging the tacklers off. Though the ball's back, but there's a Castelford player there and he gathers the ball. John Neal tried to rake for it. Wasn't successful. But Castelford have possession. They're just on their own 20-metre line. 11 minutes gone, no score. Kettridge driving it forward. Pulsating rugby here at Nosey Road. The media haven't said much about obviously this clash today, even though Castelford, as I said before, are in 4th position and Saints in 6th. But it's Crooks. Martin and Griffiths bring Crooks down. Last one of the sequence. The ball back to Kettridge. He punts it downfield. Should sit up nicely for Steve Prescott, it does. This lad can see half a gap, he'll be through it. It didn't look a fair 10 metres that. But you've just got to put up with it, haven't you? Just get on with the job. As Sullivan comes through. Scored an excellent try at Leeds Road. The last try of the game. Oh, Neil tried to get it onto Tommy Hodgkinson. He couldn't control it. Castelford back with possession. Forward along the line. Grant Anderson has it. Tries to feed Middleton on the outside. But Saints tackling. Trying to force the man out on the into touch on the far side. But it's Castelford still in possession. Moving it along the line. Just as both teams have done. Crooks comes through. Season campaigner Crooks, about 30 years of age now, been playing rugby at top flight since he was 17 with Hull, Leeds and now Castelford. Had a bit of a lull in his game, just as you can expect from any great player. But Grant Anderson on the far side, inside ball to Nicow. Can Riley gather it? Riley can, but he couldn't get away from the clutches there of Morrison. The ball's kicked through. Sonny Nicol drops on it. It's going to be another set of, well, the restart of a set of 6, a clean sheet now. As Castelford kicked the ball through, but Riley, after a couple of games on the substitutes bench, in today for Andy Haig, who has been occupying the right wing position. Saints driving upfield, looking for support there. Pickavance it was, now it's on to Hodgkinson, on to Tommy Martin. Martin wants a quick play the ball, well the ball's gone back and whether that was correct or not, but it's all on, it's play on. Dannett, inside ball to Prescott. Oh, just as his ankle's tapped there by Russell. Prescott saw the gap, he drove for it. Last tackle of the sequence. Tommy Martin chips it. The chase is on. John Ray, he gathers it safely. Saints cover defence, move over quickly with Martin who kicked it and Loughlin following up. Cass moving it left. Nicow looking for runners. Tried to bring on Morrison, couldn't squeeze it out. Good tackle by Cooper. That's all you can ask, isn't it? Stopping man and ball. Oh, break there by the hooker Russell. He's got support on his inside. Now with Kettridge, oh, down to forward. Martin comes in, oh, takes the ball out, and Martin, no, it's Prescott that comes over, he couldn't take it. Middleton does though, goes down completed, and then he got up. Well, it wasn't completed, obviously, because he got up and went and drove again. Thought Nicol had stopped him, but he got up again, did Middleton. An excellent try there, and it's certainly 15 minutes gone, and obviously the opening score, but it's a pulsating game. Castleford take the lead. A bit of an opportunist try, as you could say. The danger looked to have been stopped. The ball was knocked back. Middleton came back. Saints couldn't get there quickly enough. Middleton scooped it up. Shot for the line. I think it was Prescott that got him, then Sonny Nicol, but the tackle wasn't completed, and Middleton just got up and popped over. Puts Cass in the lead at 4 points to 0 with this Crooks conversion to come. But we can't grumble at the commitment by both sides, and more so the Saints, especially with having to rebuild, more or less we can say, after some very indifferent performances. But it's Crooks, 18 metres from the posts, 15 metres in, and he converts it. Well, nothing new for the Saints, is it? As I said, behind 6 points to 0, and then 12-0 last week. You can't really say lesser opposition, because it's just on the day whichever team you play, isn't it? Just how you come up with a performance. But solid tackling there. Flowers came through. Martin went into him. I think it was Flowers anyway. But Martin completed the tackle. Cass still in possession. Crooks taken down by John Neal. Tommy Hodgkinson. Tackling's got to be firm and hard and fair. Saints will know the playmakers. You've got obviously Mike Ford and Nick Howell. They work well. Blindside ploy. It's onto Kemp. He chips it downfield. Steve Prescott should field it comfortably. Prescott comes in. Blackmore shoulder charges him. Now it's Paul Loughlin coming through, but Blackmore saw him. He homed in on him. Lee Crooks came in as well. Well, Castleford there, they move up quickly, exceptionally quick, and as long as the referee's letting them get away with it, they're going to do it, aren't they? Neil again, the workhorse. These forwards obviously take a battering throughout the course of the 80 minutes. Griffiths, short ball there, on to Ian Pickermans. Martin with the kick. Flowers should gather it. Saints move up quickly. The tackling will have to be firm. Oh, Jonathan Griffiths combined, and Castleford very slow to get back. Now it's Ford on to Ray. Castleford still in possession. Neil clamps him, and Neil bounces him to the ground. Middleton, the try scorer. Speedy wingman. Quite a speedy three-quarter line of Castleford. I mean, no slouches in the Saints ranks once we get into top gear. There's Cass still in possession. Halfway through, well, Crooks there having a little bit of a swing. Ford has to take the tackle. Last one of the sequence for Castleford. Just saying, halfway through the first half. 6-0 the score, and Castleford in possession. Last tackle. There's Russell that chips it away. It's going to find touch, and it does so. Scrum down. 10 metres from the Saints line, 10 metres in from the popular side touch line here at Knowsley Road. And Saints head and feed. Castleford putting the pressure on. And in the lead by 6 points to 0. Quite a decent crowd assembled here at Knowsley Road. Castleford will have a lot of travelling spectators. But penalised there. Offside at the play of the ball. And Castleford, I think they're away next week at Keighley. I think they play Keighley. I'm sure it's at Keighley anyway. But that should be an easy run for Cass. Difficult proposition for Saints, always up in Cumbria. There's John Neal. Oh, lovely ball. Out to Sonny Nicol. And Nicol takes them on. Crooks brings him down. Does a bit of mauling. Nicol wants a quick play the ball. Saints move it quickly to the left. They miss out Tommy Martin. It's on to Cooper. Miss out Pickavance. Loughlin. Oh, Loughlin tried to squeeze it out. Loughlin tried to squeeze it out to Sullivan, but the ball was knocked forward. I think it was Ian Pickavance that picked it up, but the ball knocked forward there. The idea was right, but it just didn't come off this time. Tommy Martin receiving treatment from Saints physio Jeanette Smith. The ball out Castleford side. Flowers, the full-back, coming through, and Pickavance completes the tackle after Tommy Martin had stopped him. Russell at dummy half. Inside ball, Ketteridge the runner. Meets John Neal. Neal marks up. Castleford still in possession. Moving it to the left wing. Morrison, good runner. Morrison and Smales, good runners in the second row forecast. Saints move up quickly. It's now with Crooks. Last one of the sequence. It's now with Ford. Castleford are running it. Well, quick hands. John Ray gets it. And John Ray puts a tester up. Prescott has to move infield. Riley gathers it. Drives it straight. Riley and Prescott. And obviously Riley must have shouted for it. An awkward kick from John Ray on the last tackle. But Tommy Martin in a lot of discomfort. Out to Tony Sullivan. Can he round Blackmore? He does. Sullivan up the left wing. He drives again. Oh, just tries to get the ball in field. The Saints have possession. Saints do. Well, the referee there, he's given a knock on. It was all right if Castleford had it. He must have seen a little knock on, forward pass or whatever in the movement. But Sullivan did well there. Just couldn't get up quickly after Jason Flowers had brought him down. But it's head and ball to Castleford. But certainly exciting rugby. No danger about that. 23 minutes of the game gone. Saints have possession. Moving it quickly to the left. Pickavance, he straightens up. He drives centre field. And he goes again. He gets it away to Griffiths. Griffiths to Hodgkinson. Saints moving right now. Hodgkinson trying to draw the men in. He stood in the tackle. Finally bundled to earth. Nicol at dummy half. Unusual that, but he scampers away. Good yardage by Nicol up to the 20-metre line. Oh, Nicol's hurt. Alan Hunt calls quickly for the physio. The referee moves in. Alan Hunt must have hurt something as Sonny Nicol went through there. He went from acting half-back position. And we certainly don't want another injury in the Saints ranks. Bernard Dwyer limbering up, the Saints substitute, just to the right of our camera position. He's been out for quite a number of weeks now, but played in the A-team at Castleford on Friday evening. But Sonny Nicol looks as though he's going to have to be cheered off. Must have just fell funny. It didn't look anything in the tackle, but Alan Hunt called for the attention straight away. And Bernard Dwyer coming on. Dwyer, he'll slip into the second row. Leave Tommy Hodgkinson at the hooker's role. So 24 minutes gone. And Saints now bringing it crossfield. Griffiths, Cooper, out to Loughlin. Loughlin steps inside, shrugs the tackles off, drives again. Well, a lot of mauling there with Nick Howe and Blackmore. Around Loughlin's head area. Neal on to Dammert. 10 metres from the Castleford line. Saints trailing by 6-0. Looking for points. Looking to level the score. Hodgkinson turns round. Gets the ball away to the left. Prescott now. Gets a bit of space. Looks for that chink in the armour. But Ketteridge closes it down. Last one of the sequence. Saints bring it right. Bring it left, I should say. Griffiths driving it through. Flowers, I think, bravely goes down on the ball, just inches from his line. Oh, but good tackling by the Saints. Super tackling as they move in. Get the Castleford man. Take him back over his own line. John Neal, John Griffiths, Sullivan, they're all round there. Come on, you Saints, is the cry from the popular side, faithful, and no doubt all round this Knowsley Road arena. Castleford now forced to drop out from between the sticks. 15 minutes to the interval. Cass in the lead by 6 points to 0. A 15-minute Middleton try converted by Crooks. Sonny Nicol being led off on the far side there. But Saints are in possession. Let's hope it's nothing too serious. Bernard Dwyer, he'll put that bit of extra dimension, or I should say a lot of extra dimension in the tackling, because when Dwyer's tackle you, you know all about it. 10 metres from the Castle line, looking for points. Saints in possession, working the runaround movement there. Loughlin heavily involved this afternoon so far, comes in. Griffiths and Martin bringing it over to the left. Now it's with Griffiths again. Last one of the sequence. Hodgkinson at dummy half. Saints run it. Martin chips it. Gets a favourable touch. Well, it's kicked through there by Tommy Hodgkinson. The ball's gone dead. And Cass will restart from the centre of the 20-metre line. Ford wants a quick one. Gets it away to Middleton. Looking for a quick break. Good thinking by Castleford. Obviously they're trying to catch the Saints unaware. Well, cries for a forward pass, but the referee lets play go on. Russell at dummy half, onto Crooks. Good drive by Cass. They make good yardage, 10 metres inside the Saints half. 6-0 the score, 13 minutes to the interval. Ian Smith, the ex-Featherstone second rower. But Castleford just put a substitute on now. Keith England slipped on. It's Cass in possession just outside the Saints 20-metre area. The last tackle of the sequence. A tester there, but Prescott comes in for it. Well, Prescott there just a little hampered by Kemp, but he didn't take his eye off the ball. And Saints break quickly. Dwyer taken down by England. Griffiths brings it blindside, tries to draw the defence in. Hodgkinson scampers away again, looking for support. Laughlin's there. Right in below. Well, Crooks there onto Hodgkinson. Jumped over him off the ball there, and looks as though he's took a knock as Tommy Hodgkinson. But the touch judge doing nothing about it, and the referee, he's unmoved as well. Lots of discontent from the Saints faithful, and why not? Last one of the sequence, Ray will gather it. Nearly broke the cover defence, but Loughlin there again. Cooper onto Loughlin. Saints have possession. Shabby at the play, the ball there with Castleford. Let's see if Saints can attack and get points. It's Pickavance. Pickavance for the lag! Oh, Pickavance is in! 29 minutes on the clock, and Pickavance goes in for the try. Pickavance's first try of the season puts the Saints in at 6 points to 4 with this Loughlin conversion. But good play by the Saints, good attacking play, but where did it come from again? It's that man Cooper. Shabby play the ball by Castleford. Cooper raked at the ball, he got possession. Well, he didn't get possession, he hooked it back. Loughlin got possession, and then as the Saints played it, he went to Pickavance. And he's an informed player, isn't he? Been having big raps in the centre. Now he was in the front row last week. Now with Joint being absent this week, he's up to the second row with John Neal back. And he went in for the try. Loughlin now should pop this one over. Well, famous last words. Loughlin kicks the ground in despair. But normally Paul Loughlin would have popped that one over. He's not a happy man, unfortunately. It's early days yet. 10 minutes for the interval, and obviously another 40 pulsating minutes. But 6 points to 4 in favour of Castleford is the score. And Saints done well there. They came up well. Cooper leading by example. Reaped the ball back to play the ball struck for it, and then Loughlin got possession. Pickavance went over for the try. And there's no reason why the Saints can't get their act together and go again. Riley breaks the cover defence. Inside ball there to Alan Hunt. Hunt pins his ears back. Hunt is into space. Oh, he puts the gas pedal down. Just as his ankles tap. Gets up again. Dwyer's there. Oh, super try. Super try by Griffiths. Oh, that'll bring the house down. The full length of the field job by the Saints. What a superb try! 2 tries in 2 minutes! Oh, as we wait for the applause to die down! What an excellent try! A superb team effort, finished off by John Griffiths. Loughlin now bang in front of the sticks. Yes, no problem this time. Loughlin with his first of the afternoon, his 37th of the season. And it gives Saints a 10 points to 6 lead. Mike Riley started it off. Good running by Riley from the kick-off. It was fed inside to Alan Hunt. It looked as though Hunt was on his way. He pinned his ears back. He just had his ankles tapped. But he had the presence of mind. He got up and then he went to Bernard Dwyer. Griffiths was also backing up and Griffiths went under the sticks. A superb try. And that's quietened the Castleford fans, hasn't it? 10-6 to score and Saints well worthy of the lead. As Crooks kicks off, well, let's go again, eh? Danner now. Obviously, when everything starts going right, you get confidence in the team, and let's hope it lifts them to greater things. There's the man Cooper, the instigator of the first try, the leader in the Saints pack. John Neal. Nick Howe wants to get it away to Hodgkinson. Hodgkinson sees the gap, shrugs the tackle off. Cooper, he's organising his troops. He's stepping up as acting half-back. 7 minutes to the interval. Cooper brings it blindside, then turns it into Sullivan. Sullivan! Oh, nearly broke through the tackle. It's Crooks, the captain, that holds him. Griffiths chips. Can Flowers take it? Flowers does. And Griffiths completes the tackle. He wants a quick play of the ball. Now with John Ray. Oh, the Saints are bubbling. Champagne rugby here at Nosey Road. From both sides, but especially the Saints. They've just got their act together. When we played Castleford earlier in the season, Saints had gone through a bit of a lacklustre performance, but we went to Weldon Road and we completely demolished Castleford. An excellent 35 points to 18 win that day, and we're on course again this afternoon to do the double. 34 minutes gone, the last tackle of the sequence. Castleford pumps it downfield. Prescott gathers it, and Prescott will take them on. He rounds Blackmore, he rounds Ray. He goes again, he drives up to Prescott. Oh, sidesteps infield onto Griffiths. Oh, superb rugby. Saints keeping it going, the crowd are behind them. Another try and a goal on the board and knock the stuffing out of this Castleford side. Cooper inside to Dwyer. He comes back for the return pass, but Dwyer couldn't release it. Saints moving to the right again, Dannett. But the ball's knocked back. Do Castleford have possession? Well, the referee's going to give a knock on, I think. Well, that wasn't a knock on, the ball had come back. We'll just give a little bit of respite for Castleford. But the crowd applaud the scintillating non-stop rugby. We've had scrum down, Castleford feed, the voice is going already, and it's no wonder, is it, after the performance this afternoon. 5 minutes to the interval, 10-6, Saints are in the lead. Oh, super tackle there on Nick Howe by John Neal, but Castleford play it quickly forward, tries to get his troops going. Got to get onto these, Ford and Nick Howe, they're the playmakers. Ford cabbages a yard there and gets away with it, right in front of the referee's nose. Russell, inside ball to Crooks. Crooks and Neil clash horns there. He'll get no joy out of John Neil, will he, Crooksy? Kemp chips it through. Sullivan takes it. Nichow holds on to him. Tommy Hodgkinson attacked in half-back. Tries to draw the defence in. Blackmore completes the tackle. Griffiths, onto Loughlin. Super break inside by Griffiths again, looking exceptionally sharp this afternoon. Dwyer. Russell mauling him. Morrison breaking too quickly. He was offside clearly. The referee picked him up. He came in with a good shoulder charge on Dannett, but Saints are awarded the penalty. They are moving up quickly, Castleford. That's the idea, isn't it? Try to take the opposition off the game, just as the Saints have done the quick tap. Alan Hunt just losing his footing. Now it's Ian Pickavance. Gets the ball away to Alan Hunt. Moves it right. Dwyer comes up with it. Cries for a knock-on from the Castleford video crew. But no way. That ball went forward. Dannett! Oh! Neil was on his left. He just couldn't release it, could Dannett. But Saints full of running. Tommy Hodgkinson bringing it crossfield. Griffiths sees the gap. Oh, good drive. Griffiths is exceptionally sharp. The ball there didn't look as though it was played, but we'll not argue about that, will we? Last one of the sequence. Cooper is going to go for the try. Saints moving it to the right. Hodgkinson chips it through onto Middleton. Well, Middleton's got to be tackled. He's a speed merchant. He's taken down. Good cover defence there. Cooper it was. And Cooper going there, trying to strike for the ball. It's now with Nichow. Castleford with a rare touch in the last 10 minutes or so. Not had much possession, I'm very pleased to say. But 10-6 the score. 2 minutes to the interval. Ford on to Morrison. Took it well. Solid tackling by Saints. They move in quickly. Dwyer and Hodgkinson there. Now it's Ford. Oh, good ball there. Out on the far side to Grant Anderson. Last one of the sequence for Cass. Oh, good close down there onto Ford. It's now with Middleton. Well, panic in the Castleford defence. Steve Prescott takes it comfortably. Prescott will drive over again. The Castleford tackler's head. Griffiths inside there. Pickavance gets it away to Dwyer. Saints are moving. They're cooking with gas. Oh, Dwyer gets it away. The ball's gone back. Now it's Pickavance again. Oh, big run from Pickavance. Still going. Well, a little bit of jiggery-pokery there from England on Ian Pickavance. That was a bad tackle, that. Not picked up by any of the officials here. But England went in. Cooper on to Loughlin. Griffiths can't take it, but he'll cover it up. Dwyer now. Pickavance is receiving treatment. It's the last tackle of the sequence. 20 seconds on the watch before the half-time interval. Good chip through. Middleton will take it. Saints move up quickly, and Middleton will have to be stopped. And Dwyer meets him. Solid tackle. Pickavance now back after treatment by Jeanette Smith. Just try to run the injury off. 40 minutes gone on the watch, so he's going to have 10 minutes during the half-time. And here's England, the perpetrator of that tackle on Pickavance. Russell quickly scampers away, inside to Nichow. Good tackling there, but he gets the ball away to Blackmore. Castleford still spreading it. Obviously still in the game at 10-6. But Morrison on a diagonal run. Oh, good scrag tackling there by Dannett. Anderson at dummy half, onto Crooks. Working down the left. But Crooks lost it there. The ball was knocked forward. Crooks doesn't like it. has a word with the referee. He should know better, he's the captain. The ball was lost. Scrum down, Satesfield, last scrum of the first half, I would imagine. Actually playing in stoppage time now. Griffiths will feed. Can Sates go full 80 metres? There's Riley. Breaks through again. Well, there's the half-time hooter. Just over a minute of stoppage time played, but very encouraging for the Saints this afternoon. 10-6 the half-time score. Middleton opened the scoring for Castelford in the 15th minute. A good try from broken play it was from Middleton. Saints just couldn't complete the tackle. Crooks goaled it, Cass in the lead, 6 points to 0. 14 minutes later, Pickermans scored a try after good work by Cooper. The kick, which we'd expect Loughlin to pop over, wasn't converted. And Saints still in it there at 6 points to 4. Then 2 minutes later, a full length of the field job from the kick-off after the Pickermans try resulted in Griffiths going over behind the sticks. Loughlin goaled it. So the half-time score at Nosey Road, Saints 10, Castelford 6. Now, before we get underway for the second half, I've a proclamation, an announcement from some proud grandparents. Irene and Alan Clark are the proud grandparents from Thatto Heath, and they're announcing the birth of their first grandchild. Alan is a staunch Saints supporter, and his son is Neil, and his lady Julie, and they've had a baby boy. Ryan John is his name, and Alan's first comment on being told that the baby was a boy was, and we can quote him, "Great, another Saints supporter." So best wishes to Dad Neil and Mum Julie. Also congratulations to grandparents Irene and Alan Clark. Best wishes also from Auntie Jill, that's Neil's sister. And I've also got to mention that Neil is also a junior referee in the St Helens Society. So best wishes all round there. Irene and Alan Clark, the grandparents. Julie and Neil, mother and father. Auntie Jill, Neil's sister. And best wishes also from all on your Saints video team. We're back onto the arena now for the second 40 minutes. Saints in the lead by 10 points to 6. And coach Eric Hughes just coming out here though with Stan Wall at the back, Jeanette Smith, Dr. John Hughes, Phil Beavers, one of the substitutes. And they'll be quite chuffed with this afternoon's performance. Well, the first 40 minutes anyway. Ready for the off, Stuart Cummings gets us underway. The final 40 minutes of this top of the table clash here at Nosey Road. John Joyner, probably the youngest coach in the league. He'll have had a few words, obviously, with his side at half-time. Still evenly balanced, 10 points to 6. But the Saints have certainly stuck to the task. They've played well, they've capitalised when they've got the chance, and they've done it in good style, haven't they? Cass in possession, chipping it through, obviously looking to peg Saints back in their own 20-metre area. Steve Prescott takes it, the Castelford defence comes up. Steve Prescott side step past the first line of defence, and that was Tony Sullivan, but that's good tackling on the far side there. Excellent tackling there from Smales, but Prescott's away, and if he can just get away, he's blistering pace as Prescott. Scored 2 tries in the first team this season. That was John Neil, turns in the tackle, releases the ball. Hallmark of Neil's play. A lot of maul in there. Bernard Dwyer finally gets up, now with Andy Dannett. Drives it straight and true. England comes in as the second line of defence. Last one of the sequence. Tommy Martin pops it downfield. Flowers comes over to cover it. Flowers plays it, so Saints can move in on him. Griffiths is the first man there. They hold him up and force him back. They have to roll off him quickly, let him get up and play it. Saints line out. Oh, solid tackling there. Neil comes in, and that's a bone cruncher, isn't it? Dwyer led the way, and Neil come in. Nick out now. Oh, tries to get the ball away, but it's knocked forward. Would have been a forward pass anyway, as Grant Anderson came through. Scrum down, Saints feed. Griffiths in possession. And Griffiths will feed it just outside the cast 20-metre area. An ideal platform as Cooper brings it blindside onto Griffiths. Mike Riley was coming infield. Saints taking up the running again. Bernard Dwyer looking for runners. Looking for the support. Couldn't squeeze it out. Good tackling. Hodgkinson, John Neal. Oh, good tackling again. That's good clamp tackling there by Castelford on John Neal. Tony Morrison there this time. Oh, Dannett bounces off his chest just as Morrison came in to complete the tackle. And Castelford back in possession. 3 minutes of the second half gone. No addition to the half-time score of 10 points to 6. Well, a knock on, the indication as given by this touch judge just below us here. I just turned my head away temporarily there. I didn't actually spot that one. No doubt I would have informed you if I had seen it. But to the popular side referee society just below us, obviously trying to encourage the referee's attention. They got it via the touch judge here. Griffiths feeds. Saints have scrum possession. Tommy Martin brings in Alan Hunt. Hunt plays it. Well, the referee said the ball wasn't played correctly. Well, I don't suppose we can grumble. It's the first one he spotted, and there's been a few shady ones. But Kemp doesn't gain much forward yardage, perhaps about 5 metres or so, but it's Castleford that have possession. Russell restarts. Morrison, is it or is it England? England, the substitute it was that came through. Now with Crooks. He drives up centre field. He wants a quick play of the ball, puts the knees in the back of the Saints player that's on the ground, which was Bernard Dwyer. Kemp. Well, Saints. Oh, Martin there. Can he kick it through? Saints are on to Flowers. Martin. Well, the Saints have possession. No, they don't. I thought Martin had come up with it. It's Flowers that comes up with it. Saints claiming for a little hint of a knock-on. Oh, Middleton goes up centre field. Tony Sullivan is chasing him, but Prescott has him. Prescott homed in. Castleford play it quickly. Mike Ford has the ball. Castleford attack. Oh, loose play there, and Mike Riley comes up with it. Well, I don't know what Castleford were thinking of there. Loose play, just as they drove up. They gained 50, 60 metres upfield. And then a loose ball, and Saints capitalise on it. It's now with Tony Sullivan. He rounds his man. Oh, Sullivan's in for a spectacular try. And he salutes the crowd, and why not? Saints make Castleford pay for the mistake. They go in good style. 5 minutes into the second half. And Sullivan goes in for his 10th try of the season. Good work there by the Saints. Broden play again from Castleford. And Saints capitalised on it. They moved it quickly to the left wing. And Sullivan did well. He rounded his man. He went down the wing. He just shimmied inside. Give Flowers that little bit of room to try and come in. And then his superior pace took him on the outside. But Saints have an injury problem there. I think it's young Steve Prescott that's injured, yes. So another blow to the Saints with Prescott. He's going to have to come off, and Phil Beavers will come on, and I would imagine Fever straight into the full-back position. Loughlin converts it. 16 points to 6. 10-point cushion there for the Saints. But Prescott being cheered off, and unfortunately another blow for the Saints with Steve Prescott, one of the informed youngsters here at Nosey Road, having to be cheered off. Nasty leg injury there by the looks of things, but Castleford restart. Mike Riley takes it well on the full, and Riley, bristling with confidence, comes down the wing. Morrison and Anderson are there to meet him up to John Neal, gets the ball from Bernard Dwyer. Exciting performance by the Saints this afternoon. Now with Dannett. Dannett drives it up. England in at the tackle, along with Russell the hooker. Castleford all offside on the referee's right. And Sullivan, the try scorer, comes in again. Alan Hunt's third, hunting, looking for the ball. Griffith scampers away. Decent ball to Cooper. Oh, the ball's knocked down by Castleford man. It's still loose. Nickow has it. Pickervance comes in. Pickervance temporarily stops him. Saints defence cover up on the far side, but it's Castleford that are in possession. Saints have to regroup. Now with Smales. Short ball there to Morrison, and the forward pass given. Certainly looked a hint suspicious, and the referee obviously thought that way as well. Scrum down, Saints feed. Saints will come up with possession. Loughlin out to Tommy Martin. Wants the runners. He wants Vivers to come inside. Season campaign of Vivers. A lot of mauling by the Castleford players at the play the ball, but it's Riley coming in again. Crooks goes in with the shoulder charge. Anderson in with the tackle. Quick play the ball. Hodgkinson brings it away. He holds the ball as he's wrestled to the ground by Crooks and Morrison, I think. Yes, it is Morrison. 3 players with headgear on in the Castleford ranks, but Dannett there obstructed as he went back for the ball. It touched a Castleford player, and another set of 6 is introduced. Ian Pickervance straightens it up, drives forward, just Pickervance, and he gets brought down just short of the 20-metre line. Saints on the charge now, just penetrating the Castleford 20-metre area, looking for more points. 16-6 in the lead. Martin with a cut-out ball to Vivers. Tries to get it over the top, he gets it to Mike Riley, the ball's gone back. Riley drives, he sees the chink in the armour, he goes for it. But Saints there certainly putting the Castleford defence under a lot of pressure. Cooper from Dwyer. Cooper inside there to Griffiths. Oh, Griffiths just losing his footing. Last one of the sequence, and Saints will drive again. Hodgkinson. Martin goes for the one-pointer. Yes. 10 minutes of the second half. Martin with the one-pointer. Martin's 5th drop goal of the season. Gus O'Donnell has 11. 17-6 the score. Castleford making a substitution. Ian Smales coming off and Andy Hay going on. 10 minutes into the second half, so 50 minutes of the game gone. Superb performance by the Saints, just coming back into a bit of form, and they need it really. There's no danger. We've got the manpower coming back, certainly got the talent, but obviously when the confidence goes a little bit, it takes a bit of pulling back. A catalogue of injuries the Saints have had to contend with, but they've stuck to the task. We've not been complaining. Obviously it's been chronicled about the injuries, but we don't complain. Not like Wigan, they get 2 or 3 out at Wigan and that's all they crib. And the talent they've got there, you just got to get on with the job, haven't you? Saints still in possession. Nick Howe, one of the tacklers there, along with England. Cooper draws in Dwyer. Cooper looking for the return pass, but Morrison clamps him. Last one of the sequence now for the Saints. The ball kicked downfield by Tommy Martin. Flowers takes it. But Saints come up. John Griffiths and Paul Loughlin, who've got through a hell of a lot of work this afternoon of both of these players. Well, all the players in the red and white jersey have. It's been a good team performance. 17-6. The game obviously not over yet. Saints can get another score. I think it could be the floodgates opening. But it's Crooks. You get the likes of these teams, Castelford, obviously it's just how they play on the day. They beat Wigan 33-2, as we say, in the Regal Trophy final. You get Bradford up there, the top of the league. They came here, they took a 3-0 lead against the Saints, and Saints demolished them with a 54-point barrage. They're up and thereabout, but they're no great shakes, are they? Alan Hunt dropped back to the full-back position, and he drives in again. Beavers just slipped in to the right centre. Revels in any position, does Alan Hunt. Bernard Dwyer, good yardage, nearly broke the cover defence. A lot of mauling at the play, the ball by Kemp. Referee lets it go as Dannett drives it up. Well, Dannett's lost the ball. Knocked forward is the indication. It certainly looked as though there was a little bit of reaping in there. As we always say in the broadcast, obviously it's a very grey area. Ford feeds the scrum, I beg your pardon. The ball out to Middleton. Beavers clamps him. Super tackle by Beavers. Man and ball. In his 10th season here at St Helens, he's Phil Beavers. And Paul Loughlin, a worthy beneficiary. Quite a lot of fundraising events for Paul Loughlin coming up. There's a roadshow, Barron Archer, the 17th of February. Auctions and prizes and videos and all sorts going on. Go along there and support the lad that's given his all at St Helens. But Beavers in there again, and what a tackle on Nick Howe. Bounced him back, and he didn't like that, did he? Bernard Dwyer and Beavers heavily involved. Now it's with Russell, and Dwyer's in there again. The tackling machine, Dwyer. Last one of the sequence for Castelford. What have they got up their sleeve? Ford tried to angle it through. Hodgkinson gathered it safely. And Saints back in possession. They've weathered the storm, and it's Pickavance again. Play anywhere, Pickavance, obviously, and you've got to have these players in your side that can slot into any position. We've got one there on the back, substitute Beavers, that had the full-back berth for many moons. But as times change, you've got to fill in anywhere, haven't you? Saints lucky there, throwing caution to the wind, but Alan Hunt comes up with it. Hunt plays it to himself. Well, it's a penalty. Morrison kept hold of him. No marker there. Good thinking by Alan Hunt. Saw there was nobody in front. Played it to himself, and he'd have been away for slates, wouldn't he? But Morrison got hold of him. Professional foul, as they say. He's penalised. And Paul Loughlin will find touch just to the right of our commentary position, which is 10 metres inside the Castelford half. Get back on side. Referee Cummins urges the Castelford players. Griffiths and Riley. Riley used a lot, and one of the tries, the Griffiths try, coming from him in the first half. But good running by the Saints, making excellent yardage. Inside ball, Griffiths drawing the defence in, now with Cooper. Oh, good running by Hunt. But excellent tackling by Grant Anderson and Tony Morrison. Saints again, charge again. Dwyer backs into the tackling, looking to release it. And a three-man tackle there. Grant Anderson doing a lot of mauling with Crooks and Nick Howe. But it's Cooper. Cooper goes for the chip. Oh, it's Lee. Yes, it's a try! Beavers is in! Oh, super play! Cooper put pressure on Castelford. And it's bye-bye to Castelford now. There's no danger about that. I feel the floodgates will open. Beavers goes over there for his third try of the season. Cooper put the little chip kick through there, putting pressure on Castelford full-back Jason Flowers. He couldn't contain it, he couldn't hold the ball, he couldn't hold on to the pressure with Saints bearing down on him. It flicked up and Beavers was there on hand and he touched it down. 21 points to 6 to score, and Loughlin trying to convert it from 10 metres in and 20 metres from the posts. After Saints going down by 6 points to 0 after 15 minutes. As I said then, obviously no great shakes, nothing to worry about. We're used to coming from behind. Oh, look at that! Pick the bones out of that, Cass. 23 points to 6. (23-6). Loughlin's third of the afternoon. His 39th of the season. An excellent team performance, even though Saints have had their share of injuries with this afternoon, with Steve Prescott and Sonny Nicol both going off with what looked like nasty leg injuries. Let's hope they're not too serious. But Lee Crooks puts it high. Beavers right underneath it, brings Riley in again. 18 minutes of the second half gone, and Anderson going in there doing a lot of mauling. And Beavers comes away with it. Anderson in again. Good work there by Hodgkinson, dummy to the right, took the ball back in field, and Dannett brings it up. Valuable 10-15 yard burst. Hodgkinson again, looking for runners. Here comes Sullivan. Hay, the substitute for Castelford. One of the tacklers as the sun comes down here at Nosey Road. And Morrison going in, doing another bit of mauling on John Griffiths. Beavers out to Riley. Riley chips it. Flowers there again. Well, he's touched it. It's all on. Tommy Martin comes in, wraps him up. Martin holds him up. The Saints try to hold him and force him over the line. But good running there by the Saints, and Flowers there trying to push the man up as Middleton has possession. But an excellent performance by the Saints. First class top draw performance. 20 minutes gone, 20 minutes to go in the second half, but it's Saints in a commanding 23 points to 6 lead. A lot of the knockers will be silenced today after the Saints coming back with an excellent performance like this. But as I said earlier, we went to Weldon Road earlier in the season. We wasn't playing very well. We beat Castelford 35-18. A couple of weeks later, we went to Featherstone, completely stuffed them, demolished them out of sight, and we play Featherstone here in a fortnight. But Alan Hunt has to take the tackle. Saints running back. They've had to go back a good way there with Castelford punting the ball upfield, Hunt fielding it, but now Bernard Dwyer has it. John Neal juggles with it, but sticks hold, drives it up. From the play the ball, Hodgkinson on to Cooper. Moving it to Pickavance. Pickavance sees the gap, drives for it, looking for support. Just can't hold him this afternoon, he's rampant, isn't he? Well, England lying all there where he should have got up. But it's Loughlin into space, cutting through the defence, onto Griffith. Griffith sidestepped his man. Oh, inside again. I think it's Tommy Hodgkinson that's got that ball. It is. Sullivan, a dummy half. Sullivan going. Oh, turned it inside. Dearie me. Well, Blackmore got the ball, and then Castelford make a complete hash of it at the play the ball, and it's when Castelford had just recovered themselves after the Saints coming 50-60 metres. Castelford pay the price. Saints will feed the scrum. John Griffiths, and it's an ideal position for the Saints again to build on. Griffiths, Martin, Beavers sees the gap as Beavers brought down on the 20-metre line. Saints regroup. Now with Cooper, long ball, now is Hunt linking up. Oh, it's inside ball, the ball's loose. Castelford have possession. Saints they're just building up, trying to put a plan move on, and they lose possession. And Bernard Dwyer comes in, completes the tackle with Castelford in possession. They're trailing by 23 points to 6. We've got 18 minutes of the game remaining, and it's been an exciting game, even though the scoreline, you wouldn't think it was that tightly contested at 23-6. But good open play by the Saints just when it's been needed. They've capitalised on Castelford mistakes, just as Castelford capitalised on a Saints mistake to get their only points of this afternoon's outing. Crooks taken down, the last one of the sequence. It's now with Nickow. Long cut-out pass there. Oh, inside ball from Middleton, but it was forward, and another forward pass. Oh, Nickow there. Well, don't forget to pick your equity card up, Nickow. This is the trouble with these men. When things are not going their way, they try to take a dive, then he jumped up, and then he wants to take John Neal's head off. But it should be the turnover on the 6th tackle. Well, let's see what the referee is just saying. Calm it down, lads. Just get on with the rugby. The turnover situation is employed there, which is right. Bernard Dwyer just asking the referee, can he play it? But Tommy Martin, he's going to have some treatments again. He's been suffering for quite a long period in this game with a leg injury. It's John Neal, gets the ball away to Tommy Hodgkinson. Hodgkinson sees the gap. Nickow in there at the tackle again, along with Russell and England. Cooper, they're in the play now with Hunt. Pickavance straightens it up. Pickavance wants to play it quickly, but being held down. The referee says get on with the job. But Saints again, spread it crossfield. Dwyer sees the gap. See the grit and determination on Dwyer's face as he tried to bisect the Castelford defence. Oh, good dummy by Griffiths. Griffiths breaks through inside to Cooper. Oh, Cooper's lost possession, but Griffiths comes up with it. But no advantage to Castelford. I think he's given the knock on by Shane Cooper. Griffiths came up with it. The idea was right. Cooper tried to keep it going. Good break by Griffiths. But Castelford will have head and ball. Tommy Martin comes in, brings Jason Flowers down. Blackmore shrugging the tacklers off, not brought to grass, but he will be now. Cooper and Paul Loughlin. And Loughlin's had an exceptional game this afternoon, been in everything. Cooper's led by example. All the teams played well. All the 15 players, but it's Kemp now. Drives it up. So Kemp throws a loose one out. Crooks does again, he gets it away to Nickow. Fancy stuff, eh? Nickow gets it away again, but the ball's run loose. It's indicated that it's gone back by referee Cummings. Castelford still have possession. They will have the sun in their eyes as they play up to the Eddington stand end as Crooks puts one in for touch, but is it going to roll? It has, and a scrum down will be formed 10 metres from the Saints line, but it'll be Saints head and ball. Last season, away at Weldon Road, we lost by 16 points to 6. Here at St Helens, we just had a narrow win by 24 points to 20. And in the Regal Trophy, we lost here at home by 12 points to 8. So usually tightly contested games. But a healthy lead this afternoon at 23-6, and up with ball possession. And Sullivan breaks out of the first tackle, gets up again, and Saints kick once more. Bernard Dwyer has to take the tackle of Kemp. He was looking to release it to Tommy Martin, but he thought twice about it. Now it's Andy Dannett, strong runner. Hodgkinson steps up at acting half. Well, it's loose play. John Neal tried to squeeze it out. Nickow comes up with ball possession. Dwyer completes the tackle. Morrison now with Ford. Castelford tried to bring it blindside. Well, the referee ruled something there in the tackle. Offside is the indication, I think. As Ford taps it, well, that's one out of the blue, isn't it? As Crooks drives for the line, feeds it inside to Anderson, and Anderson touches down behind the sticks. Not a lot of emotion from the Saints, but it's Anderson that goes over for the try. 23-10. The referee picked that one out there. He ruled that Saints were offside. Ford played it quickly. The ball was moved over to the right. And Grant Anderson did well. He came in, took it well and touched down virtually behind the sticks. 14 minutes to the final hooter. Crooks shouldn't have any problem. Make the score 23 points to 12. It's disappointing after driving there and doing a lot of spade work and a lot of hard tackling. When the referee comes up with an offside decision, it seemed to get all the fans baffled. Even the Castleford fans and the Saints fans, no emotion whatsoever. But Crooks converts it, makes it 23-12. The Saints defence breach for only the second time in this afternoon's encounter. Stan Wall and Jeanette Smith just going on there to treat the Saints. Alan Hunt to restart from the centre spot. Kicks it deep. Kemp takes it, I think. And Andy Hay comes in. Well, it was Mike Ford, I think, that took that ball. But anyway, Castleford have possession. Nick Howe running well. And certainly a lot of these balls look suspiciously forward. But Cas know that time's running out for them. 12 minutes remaining. Trailing by 11 points. Obviously well within the capabilities. It's up to the Saints now to show the composure and make sure that the defensive structure holds firm. Well, the ball's loose. It should be a knock-on if Saints haven't got possession. Saints do have possession. Quickly down was Tommy Hodgkinson. Castleford all offside on the referee's left and right. He looked, but he chose not to take any notice. Dwyer to Andy Dannett. Good yardage by Dannett. Hodgkinson quickly away from the acting half-back position. Always there and about is Tommy Hodgkinson, very quick from the acting half-back, just as Bernard Dwyer is when he's in the hooking role. Griffiths, Dwyer again. Solid tackling. Nick Howe, England, Morrison there, the last one of the sequence. The ball goes infield, Tommy Martin going for another drop. Way over to the left and over the wall. So restart from the centre of the 20-metre line with Richard Russell. Castleford want to make a substitution. They want to bring Morrison off and bring Smales back on. Russell bringing it blindside. The Saints defence will have to hold firm. Mike Ford inside to Nick Howe. Now it's with England. He's met by John Neal and Tommy Hodgkinson. Well, that wasn't a correct play of the ball, but Castleford get away with it. It's now with Lee Crooks. Over to Kemp, he tries to move it right, then brings it back left. Over the top to Crooks. Oh, super tackle there. That's a knock-on. The sheer severity of the tackle there on Crooks. Shoot the ball from his hands. The substitution is allowed to take place now, I think. Well, Smales there, waiting to come on, and Morrison coming off. Just a straight swap, second row forwards. Both of these second rows, and good running display. Griffiths will feed. He gets ball possession, he sees the gap, drives for it. Alan Hunt pins his ears back. Oh, they'll not catch him now, will they? Oh, just held short. Super tackle by Middleton. But Saints move up. Yes, he's in. John Griffiths, I think, from acting half-back, that comes up with the try. I'm just going to say Tommy Hodgkinson. They don't half look similar, but John Griffiths, good play there. Griffiths in for his second of the afternoon. Just to rub salt in wounds of the Castleford side. Good run there, excellent ball by the Saints. Alan Hunt put through into a big hole, pinned his ears back again, he went down, but Middleton did well, didn't he? He came back, he took Alan Hunt down, and then Hunt wanted to play it quickly. Griffiths was alert, took it and dove over when the Castleford defence was well asleep. 27-12 the score. Loughlin's kick to come. There's Loughlin composing himself. Yes, slots it well. Yes, that's a goal. 29-12. Andrew Bate, no lying about on the training pitch. Go directly home. Do not pass go. Do not collect £200. But Saints there, step it up a gear. 29-12 after Castleford had got a try, 3 or 4 minutes earlier. Griffiths scampering in after good work by Alan Hunt. The result should be obviously a home win for the Saints. Good display, stuck to the task, nobody gave us a chance this afternoon. And as somebody once said, it's a funny old game, isn't it? But 29-12 the score. 7 minutes to the final hooter. Saints moving it again. Griffiths, well, for me, I think John Griffiths has been very instrumental this afternoon. He scored 2 tries. He's done a lot of spade work round the scrums and that. He's just picked up an injury. But I think he'd be my man of the match this afternoon. It's hard to pick out for a team that's done exceptionally well against the Regal Trophy winners from 1994, Castleford. Quick scrum, Castleford move it out. Saints 1 man down with Griffiths being treated. But Jeanette Smith, she sorts them out, doesn't she? She's lovely healing hands as Jeanette. Oh, Blackmore tried to get it away. Unfortunately, Tommy Martin just touched it. It went back to Castleford. Now they've a start of another set of 6. They bring it blindside, forward inside. As Tommy Martin chips it through, can he gather it cleanly? He can. Oh no! I think he was just in touch, was he? The try's given. Well, the try's given to Tommy Martin. Whether the touch judge gave it or what, but bye is the cry, and why not indeed? Tommy Martin, his 3rd try of the campaign this season. Another nail in the Castleford coffin at 33 points to 12. He did well though, Tommy Martin. Obviously, Castleford had won the ball and then they made an error. Martin kicked it through, picked it up, he went for the corner, pinned his ears back, went in there, and there's much delight in the Saints camp, isn't there? There's much delight on the gantry here, especially from our position, not from the Castleford video's position. But mind you, as once been said before and well chronicled in the League Express, that somebody from Castleford wrote up about yours truly, saying that he thought they was classed as, well, is that a good goal? No, just waved away. He thought they was classed as video funnies. He reckons that Mick Morgan, the Castleford commentator, says it, calls it as he sees it. But as I've told you before, at least ours, if the referee wants a copy of our video, he can have it directly and hot off the press. The commentary doesn't have to be wiped off our video before any referee gets it whatsoever. Well, John Griffiths has got one of the Man of the Match awards, just as I was promoting him, and tireless work there from Tommy Hodgkinson gets the other. Well, scrum down, Castleford feed, Bernard Dwyer took it, and Middleton came in, took him cleanly, and forced him into touch. Right from the kick-off, but obviously all's too late. 4 minutes to the final hooter, as Ford gets the scrum possession. Flowers comes in. Hunt, his counterpart, with Hunt dropping back to the full-back position, brings him down. Vevers just makes sure the tackle is completed. Now it's Andy Hay, wrestled to the ground again. Solid display by the Saints. and 33 points to 12. That'll raise a few eyebrows around the rugby league fraternity, especially the Saints coming back. And obviously we need to come back into good form, especially with a tough away trip at Whitehaven next week, next Sunday. But Beavers there being kicked at the play of the ball. He was kicked out, Nick Howe and somebody else involved. Keith England releases it, Castelford still moving it. Oh, good tackle there by Tommy Martin, slowed the man down. Beavers completed it. 3 minutes to the final hooter. Last one of the sequence for Castelford. Ford pops a tester up. Alan Hunt goes for it. Hunt comes up cleanly with it. Never took his eye off the ball, but he's taken a knock. The referee had got back on side, hoping to get Castelford back on side, but Alan Hunt took a knock there. Let's hope it's nothing too serious. The ball's been taken away by Phil Beavers, while Jeanette Smith treats Alan Hunt. The referee Cummins just making sure the man is virtually all right. And play will restart 10 metres away from the man that was injured. Bernard Dwyer comes through, Alan Hunt now fully fit. As I just said before, she's lovely healing hands, Jeanette. Andy Dannett pushes England off. England goes back in for another bite of the cherry. Griffiths cuts out ball to Cooper. He ducks under the tackle of Nick Howe, and then Nick Howe comes in again, and that's a bit of jiggery pokery by Nick Howe, and Cooper goes in there, and it's not too often you see Shane Cooper retaliate, is it? The referee had awarded the penalty on Nick Howe for what's known in the trade as a facial, because he certainly rubbed him with his arm there, his forearm, as he tackled Shane Cooper. But Cooper, the most placid of persons, he just gets on with the job, keeps going, gets on with it there, and Nick Howe there just rubbing him up. He's going to be spoken to. Well, both of them are going to be spoken to, I feel, obviously. Captain Shane Cooper. No, I think it was Tommy Hodgkinson and John Griffiths was also there involved. Which Nick Howe being spoken to by referee Cummins. The penalty's going to be awarded Saints' way, I would imagine. He's already given that. But obviously he's got to speak to them. Saints captain Shane Cooper. I mean, you take so much battering in the 80 minutes of a game, won't you? But, I mean, when all's said and done, I mean, enough's enough. Well, he gives it there for a punch, but it certainly looks as though he was getting either a punch or, as I said, it looks as though he was rubbing his face into the ground with his forearm. But it's a penalty Saints' way. Good yardage, and let's see if the Saints can finish with a flourish. 39 minutes on the clock. Tony Sullivan centre field. 33 points to 12 the score. Oh, good tackling there by England on John Neal. Just as we're coming to the end of the game, obviously now the game's well won, done and dusted, and Bernard Dwyer chips it. They just laid off Bernard as he went through. The idea was right, puts pressure on Flowers again and puts pressure on Castelford as a team unit. They've been given a display in good open rugby by the Saints this afternoon, but they're still keeping it going. It's touched the referee. Saints come up with possession, but it's hit the referee. Obviously he's indicating there as he taps his chest and gives the feed to the Saints. Bernard Dwyer just receiving treatment on the far side as he just slips into the second row berth. Saints have possession. Griffiths brings the Lachlan in, back to Griffiths, but Saints lose possession. Beavers comes up with it. A knock-on given. I can guarantee he was going to give a knock-on. A minute of stoppage time being played, and a comprehensive whacking of Castelford here this afternoon. Ford will feed it, probably the last scrum of the game. Had a little bit of stoppage time, obviously, with a few injuries. It's now with Kemp. Well marshalled there, oh, super tackling. Pick of Ants, Martin, and Andy Dannett in. Cass take it blindside. It's on to Andy Hay. He's trying to get John Ray going. As I said earlier on, they've blistering pace in the three quarters, Castelford, but they haven't been given chance to show it. Super tight, virtually Saints display. Well, injuries to Nicol and Prescott, just perhaps marring this afternoon's display a little. Lee Crooks there takes the final tackle of Dannett, and the Saints crowd erupts, and rightly so. A comprehensive demolishing of Castelford this afternoon. 10-6 at half-time, and an evenly poised game, but Saints came out with blistering pace 5 minutes into the second half. A Sullivan try goal by Loughlin. 5 minutes later, a Martin drop goal just to add insult to injury. 17-6 the score. Then Beavers went over after Flowers couldn't hold the ball after a kick through by Cooper. Loughlin goaled it 23-6, and it was bye-bye to Castelford. Then Anderson with a consolation try 14 minutes before the final hooter. That was goal by Crooks, but Saints hit back in good style, and within the space of 3 minutes, tries from Griffiths, goal by Loughlin, and then Tommy Martin 6 minutes before the final hooter put paid to Castelford's campaign. So the final score here at Knowsley Road, St Helens 33, Castelford 12. On behalf of myself, Ron Hoof, thanks for joining us. An excellent display. I know you'll have looked forward to watching that one again, won't you? But I hope you'll join us next week at Castelford. I'll try again at Whitehaven for the 5th round of the Challenge Cup, and then obviously here at Knowsley Road a fortnight today against Featherstone. Thanks for joining us. The final score from Knowsley Road, Saints 33, Castelford 12.